it's already made me go live, so that's okay. Wait, maybe I can share it somehow. Hi everyone. Sorry if this pauses the stream ever so slightly. I'm a new here. I was trying to figure out how to make that work. Oh, I forgot my coffee as well. I was not supposed to go live like right away. Hello, I'm doing well. I'm just gonna grab my coffee. I am right here. Oh. Hello, good morning. I thought I'd like settle in and start working on my next crochet pattern for my Patreon. We're working on a little elephant. This is something I've been working on in the background while doing all the restock stuff. So it's looking very cute so far. I've got all the ears and everything made. So this one I just need to sew together. And once it's all put together, then I can start working on the next one, which will be the one that I use for like pattern photos and things. For like every design that I do, I try to make it so I can get one done and then another one done for photos, and then at least I've got like two made, then I kind of know like the pattern's working, and then I'm more confident to get it out for testing, etc, etc. I'm very excited about this one, yeah. I'm also supposed to be making a mouse and a little sheep, wherever that sheep went. So good evening to you then, Taylor. It is 11:30 in the morning here in Melbourne, Australia. Can you hear the background music okay? Sometimes I'm like, are these lives gonna be like way too quiet, you know, when I'm working on things? But I also don't want to get like unmonetized. Because I've worked hard to find like a social media that I can actually get paid on. Okay. I love how the little head turned out as well. I didn't actually stuff the nose, but the trunk, but it seems to set up okay. So that's good. So now the real question is can I get it to sit on the body in a good position? Not much, might need to turn it up. It's just like random. I hope it's royalty free. If I get told off, then whatever. I'll probably only need like $1 anyway. And I'm like, no, my $1. It's just more that like when I have silent moments on the stream, it can be like eerily silent, and I find that really uncomfortable when I'm watching a stream. So, yeah. But how are we all? Have we got other people crocheting in here with me? As I work on this cute little design. I'm also supposed to be making a mouse along with it. These were supposed to be both pride patterns, but just because everything became so busy the past few weeks, I was like, okay, I'll do this in the back burner. And I was supposed to do like a whole vlog about this one as well, like I normally do for my design vlogs. I just ran out of time. But that's life, you know. Sometimes you have time, sometimes you don't. Okay, let's see if I can still get this right. The worst outcome would be that the trunk is not sitting like in the middle, facing forward. So we're gonna do our best and just hope. Crocheting a Batman logo blanket for your brother. Cute! That sounds like a really nice gift. I'm still yet to make a crochet blanket. Like one of these days I will make one. And I know when I first started crocheting, I was like, nope, blankets are not for me. But as I've gotten older, aka I'm now 30, I'm like, and like it's also hitting into winter, I'm like, oh, maybe a blanket would be nice. Where is this? Am I in the right stitch? Yeah, I am, okay. I mean, when I used to do TikTok lives and every time that I was trying to sew on them, I would always like somehow muck up my entire plushie, and I was like, You're crocheting a rainbow octagon shirt cardigan. Oh, is that the one that like Kelsey just did on her channel? The one that's like all one piece. That looked so good. Like I really want to make one of those. Although I've got so many projects that I'm supposed to be finishing. I just need to find time to finish them all. And I'm getting a little bit tired of my own voice being like, sorry guys, I'm just so busy. I'd love to just be back into a position where I was just doing lives and creating content and having a fun time. But that's life. Plus I need to pay for this this house. I don't own it, but the rent. Making some loaf kittens, cute! I never finished the one loaf cat that I was making. I was making one that was like out of chunky yarns. And then it just sat in the box of unfinished projects for so long. I haven't gone back to it. Currently there's like six projects sitting next to me. I haven't doing sections even though I want to sit down and do it all in one sitting, right? And sometimes you like... you just get excited by a new project. You just want to work on that one. And I think that's okay. I think projects are made to be paused. I've been watching your videos for a while, but this is the first time I've actually been able to watch you live. Hey, I'm live. I actually used to do lives like a lot more before I did YouTube. Like I started off my crochet career, as I call it, doing lives over on TikTok. So TikTok was my OG. And I had like a little TikTok fam, I guess, or like group of friends. It was a very fun time back in 2021. Actually, 2020 was when I started this account. But 2021 was like my peak year. Not that I'm not peaking anymore. I'm confident I'll keep growing as a creator and as a crochet artist. I think my plushies over time have all just gotten cuter as well. So that's been a nice touch. Hi Charlotte, welcome to the live. We're currently working on a little elephant. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Okay, it's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna make sure that it's, maybe I need to make it lean forward a little bit more. No, I'm gonna have confidence. Practice makes perfect, as they always say. I agree. Like, you just have to commit to the crochet, is what I always say. A lot of people get really scared when they first started because it's not turning out how they imagined it was going to turn out and things. But, like, some people have been doing this for years. And everyone started somewhere. And your first projects are always going to look a little bit, you know, not to the quality that you'd like them to. Hi Lee, welcome along. Are you talking about the elephant or are you talking about me? We know you're talking about the elephant, that's fine. Yeah, this is turning out good. Okay, good. I'm happy with this. Right now it looks a bit random, like you're a bit like, that's such a tiny head on such a large body. But trust the process. It's gonna look good. Although I might need to sneak in a little bit more stuffing into this one's body. Just because it's a, oh. Actually, I think it might be alright. Actually, no, I'm gonna do a little bit. You always want to overstuff rather than understuff. But not overstuff to the point where your stitch is all being shown. Yeah, okay, that's a bit nicer. Just a little bit more filling out. Because we want our elephant to be quite full, you know? Oh, an Etsy order, thank you. Yay! Crocheting a fingering weight cardigan. Oh my god, that is definitely a trust the process moment. See, I started getting into a smaller weight projects, and I'm pretty sure I did that as part of like my moving vlog. I went through back through a lot of my old whips, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd like to continue on with this one, and this one, and this one, and everything that I pulled out in that video is still back in that box. we're just getting back to it eventually, you know. One thing I would love to work on more urgently, although I don't know if that's the right word, is I really want to get back onto my temperature snake. Like, I got so far through it, and then I just had to put it down for a bit because my hands were like dying of eczema, and I couldn't really crochet anything for a hot minute there. So I would like to go back and pick it back up and finish it. But I need to finish things like this. My cute little elephant. Also, hello, welcome along. We're talking about whips and projects. You know, just crochet things. Yeah, I know, I need to do a frog or finish. Although all my ones, I do want to finish them. Except maybe the love cat. I don't know if I really have a need for that. I think I was going to finish it for my last market that I did, which was a while back now. Over a year ago, which seems wild. I just never did. Just never did. Also, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I cut up my like loose tails and things, I put them back into my stuffing bag so they mix in with my stuffing, and then I can pull them out later. Smart. It's looking cute. So I want this to be a little bit more rounded. I can like fluff it up a bit. I mean, that's just kind of how the decreases lay out at that point. It's on purpose. I'm happy with that. It's looking good. So now I can put on the arms, and they should like fill into that little flat space down there. Do you see the vision? I feel like this is such like empty space here that I'd love to do like a flower or something on it. We'll keep thinking about that. I was thinking about it last night as I was making it. I was like, you need a flower. You need something on your sweater. Dun, dun. Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to do the frog or finish video. But I also want to expose everything that I want to like finish. Although Kelsey finishes her projects in her ones, doesn't she? Like she pulls them out and she's like, here's something that I was working on and I'm gonna go finish it right now. And you're like, oh. Whereas I'm kind of like, I would get the satisfaction saying that I am going to finish this someday and then I'll put it back in the box and then not look at it. Does she frog the others or does she just put it back again? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, that's one arm sewn on. You have the fun part of this doll, which is like the finale. She frogs them right away. That's good. Kelsey is a good worker. Someone who has seen Kelsey's work ethic live. Girl, she is a hard worker. I was all at the cabin last year. We were just like, so she was like off in the corner editing videos, crocheting scrunchies, and the rest of us were just like, huh? She's what I wish I was. I remember back in my corporate days, I was just like, ugh. I knew I was like a personality hire. And I didn't mind that. But once you get into working for yourself like this, you have to be like both the personality hire and an actual worker. Have a little peanut on a sweater. That would be cute. Although I don't know if I could really do that well in like a plush yarn. Like I want everything to be using plush yarns because I'm using my line of plush yarn, so I kind of want to like make sure that I'm like keeping it all within the realm, you know. Hydrocortisone cream food. Yes. Yeah, I started using. Oh, I don't know if it was that one. I started using some kind of hand creams. Like my hands are fine now. I mean, look away if you've got like what is that thing, that fear of all the little holes in it. I don't know if you can see this. This finger is flaring up like a little bit. You can kind of see like that texture on it. But it's fine now. It was mainly just like in the summer months. So in the summer months, my hands were just like melting. And I think it was because of like the stress of the move and the stress of trying to keep up of like workload and stuff whilst having the eczema, and it just was all adding together. But we got there in the end. Oh wait, that's the wrong way to have this elephant arm, isn't it? So it's have the color change on the bottom, not on the top there. Ugh. Let's undo that. Luckily, my yarn is very good at being undone. And shouldn't really get too damaged. If I can pull it out of the body somehow. If I can find the string. Come on. Was it there? Or was it on this side? Oh yeah, down that side. Lol. Sucks, but not too bad now. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad now. I think once it gets to summer again, I have a feeling this house in particular is going to get really hot and I will be suffering. But that's okay. We'll tackle that problem when we get there. I'm kind of hoping this summer to take like a little bit of an extended time off. Like I would love to just go hang out with my family back in New Zealand for a bit and just have a little bit of a holiday. Because sometimes I feel like I'm on holidays and I'm also like crocheting and trying to create content at the same time. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe over Christmas I could have a break. Like last Christmas, I was doing a restock on New Year's Day. I was like, I'm a retail person now, like trying to go fully into it. And I was like, no, look, I'm a small business and small businesses should be allowed to have breaks, you know? Good morning, Lily Rose. By the way, I love the new colors and the name of the new drop yarns. Yay! Thank you. I put a lot of work into those colors and names. As you can tell by the delayed restock time, that was because of us trying to get everything perfected before the drop. But yeah, I appreciate that. I've already started using some of them. I can probably show off a doll that I made using Intuitive and a little bit of Wise. It'll be uploaded in a video very soon, but I made the character Abe from the Oddworld series. Actually, am I supposed to be saying this? I don't know if I signed a contract. Maybe I won't say that any further, just in case. I don't want to lose what I got paid. I should not be allowed to have contracts. Yeah, work-life balance. What is my favorite pattern? Want to get one? Out of my patterns, my favorite one might be the little deer buddy. That might just be also my favorite animal, as I've got one like tattooed on my arm. I love deers. I also quite like, I think the little axolotl buddy turned out really well. The red panda buddy. There's a few goodies out there. Good evening and good morning and good day to whoever is wherever. Okay, I hope that got right because I didn't double check. I did, okay. Elephant is coming along. There in Brazil, it's nighttime. Well, good evening, Brazil. I don't know any Portuguese, unfortunately. I can speak Spanish. My fun fact. Okay. I'm so excited about these ears. I haven't tried sewing them on before, so it's a bit of a weird sewing part, but like, let me show you what they look like, just as like a little example. I think they look so cute. Isn't that adorable? Wait, let's figure out where to put them. Like there. Ah! That's so cute. Right? I thought so too. I was trying to figure out whether I should be doing like giant ears like an elephant like that. But then I saw Dumbo. I can't remember what I saw, but I was like, oh, I love the idea of having big floppy ears. Ones that just hang out like that, right? The ears really make it. And I'm also really happy how just like the nose worked. Like there's no wire in here. This is just like the crochet bouncing it back into place. So technique. It's moments like these that I really back myself as a crochet designer. This is when I call myself an artiste. Okay, but I just need to figure out how to, like, where to place the ears. I guess the point of the ear, so we can figure this out together. I think the point of the ear should, like, kind of, like, line up with, like, the top of the eye. When I say the point, like, just as where all these bits will meet. That's what I'm thinking. What's that stitch? You look crazy. Get tucked back in there. Okay. How do I sew this on? It's definitely like right there is the spot. So I guess I just like put that down and then sew down this part, I guess. It's such a weird part to sew on. So I'm gonna go like hyper focus into this while I figure it out. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna go up there, maybe. Let's go back up. Oh my god. Ah! I'm gonna trust the process. And oh boy, am I trusting right now. Because this is such a weird part to sew onto. And I don't want it to look ugly. I don't want an ugly elephant, okay? And that's what we're trying to do here. Okay. I'll give it a little reveal in a moment. Looks okay. Yeah? I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, okay, that's a good start. Let's do the other ear and then let's see what we're thinking. Bum, 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 bum. Where did I line this up to? This is the hardest part, especially when you're writing the pattern and you're like, don't make it ugly. Put the ears on the side. like trying to explain to people where to put ears on animals. Like you feel like you're just having a laugh. Okay. I think that's good. And there's the ear further back. Oh my god. Ah! It is. Okay. How's everyone's days going? As I stress out over the placement of the ear on an elephant. You need some crochet sticks that hold the pieces together. See, the thing is I started using those crochet sticks, but then they were leaving like giant gaps in my stitches, or I was stuffing too tight and I couldn't even get like the army sticks through them. And I was like, okay, this is giving me more trouble than I thought it would. Watching while you work. What's everyone working on though? Normally crochet with you, but ice cream is a necessity right now. That's honestly so fair. If I had ice cream right now, I would also just not be crocheting. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. Oh, I was crocheting, then I decided to be responsible and fold some laundry. Honestly, so fair. Sometimes I have like Kelsey's videos or other crocheters' videos on in the background as I'm just doing literally all my chores around the house. And it's kind of like having like a body double, which I think is a form of like studying or working. I never use a stick, but I've tried the very, very skinny long knitting needles. Yeah, I've got like 2 that were gifted to me from Dandelion Tonic, which is really lovely of her just to send them over to me. And I've used them before when I was doing the tails of my chameleons. That part I found them really useful for that because I just need them to like stay in that curled shape. But for everything else, I don't know. Maybe I also just like have been doing this for so long that I just like trust myself, you know? I don't just trust myself, but I believe in myself. Also, ta-da! There we go. That's looking cute. Me and Kelsey are ultimate body double friends. You're so welcome. Hey, friend. But that's looking so cute. Okay. It just needs a tail now, which is what I usually use to cover this little color change. What does the elephant tail look like though? I have a chessboard mini tablecloth. Calls for cotton 5. Oh god, I have a chessboard mini tablecloth. I'm making it calls for cotton 5, but a 1.65 hook, which is really small. The yarn recommends a 3mm. I would do a little swatch in that case, just to see what you think works and like how big you want the chessboard to be. You know, like if it's supposed to be the size of the chessboard, then you might need to be a bit more stricter on the actual hook sizes. But it also depends on your attention. Like I have to really go up in sizes whenever I make clothes. Old patterns are so confusing, I agree. If people were here from when I was making Becca Bell, the doll story, that I never finished and now lives in my closet somewhere. What time is it? It is almost midday here in Melbourne, Australia. A skinny, flimsy broom. Oh, the tail. I was like, my elephant doesn't look like a broom. I've done other elephant patterns. Oh yeah, it's just kind of like a long, it's like all other tails. It's just kind of long with a little fluffy bit at the end, which is really hard to do in chenille yarns because you kind of like melt the ends. Like I did the elephant pattern by Drew B Zoo, and his one, I think you plait it, and then at the end you had to like, I had to like burn the ends so that it'd stay on. But like, I mean, this yarn here doesn't really fray, so, oh, I say that, but yeah. Like it's very shed resistant, so it should actually be fine. to do a little plait. But then if a lot of people aren't using my yarn, then they might have to melt it down. Maybe I just do like a chain. But it seems like such a cop-out. It's 3 AM in the UK. What are you doing up? I mean, I was up at like 2 o'clock last night playing Pokemon. I know, the yarn hardly ever sheds. I'm so happy with it. I'm so stoked. We're still working on so many ways of getting out the quality better and better and better, but I'm just so happy with how it's turned out so far. See, the only thing is I could use regular acrylic, but then I want to be promoting my yarn. Okay, wait. I think I could just like... You have a heat wave? Oh my god. I'm not looking forward to summer in this apartment. Like, the apartment's lovely, but my room doesn't have like, any cooling in it. Although it'll stay cool during the day, I just have to like keep the curtains closed, but it's gonna get hot, I know it will. Yeah, I was thinking like a chain. Is that how it's gonna work? Let's just do it. Let's just give it a shot and see what happens. Yeah, I was thinking the chain and slip stitch. Like, is that my only way out? I mean, I could do like a tiny little cone shape. I don't know if that will work as well. How big is this elephant? Let's do... Like, I don't need to make this like super sized, you know? Let's do 7. And let's just like slip stitch my way back. Hopefully this looks okay. Oh my god, doing a chain is always so weird when you've done like amigurumi for so long. You got all the new colors yesterday? Yay! Do you have a favorite? I'm really looking forward to using more and more colors. Like, I personally love intuitive, and curious was actually really popular as well. Oh, this is the end. Okay. Like, this would be the tail, I'm guessing. Yeah, actually, you know what? That just works. We don't need to go above and beyond to make like a fun tail, you know? I think 6 might have been actually a bit too long. Sometimes when I'm crocheting and I start getting like really focused on some details and I'm like, no, gotta be perfect. I'm like, no, it's crochet. Like, this is also meant to be cartoonized. If people are gonna come after me for not having like a brushed out tail at the end there, then that's on them. Am I gonna come out with other types of yarn like acrylic? I would love to come out with like a fur yarn as well as maybe like a variegated or even like a chunkier version of this yarn. I am looking into options. Like, obviously that's one of the biggest questions we get. Yeah, no one's gonna pay attention to the tail after looking at the adorable eyes. I agree. Okay, let's try 5. I don't want to be too long of a tail. Intuitive is so good as a color. Like, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna do, I think, chain of 5. I have to write that down. Because I don't want to be like oversized as a tail, or like I think it'd be cuter to have a small little tail, you know? I should come up with a velvet yarn. I was originally looking into velvet yarns when I first started doing this. I was like, I could not find like a plush yarn that I was after. Like, all the suppliers kept sending me velvet yarns. And I was like, do I just start doing like a velvet yarn line? Flirt stands out really well. Yeah, Flirt has sold out. Flirt and Basic. Poor Simple didn't stand a chance when Basic came out. Yeah, I just crochet over the little color change. Crochet over, stitch over. And no one can tell that there was a color change. That's how we do it. Hey, Beansbug. Welcome along. We're currently crocheting a little elephant. We just made its little tail and sewed on the ears, and I think that's actually literally the end of it. I have another one that I need to put together over here, so I can stop sewing and start chatting a bit more again momentarily. Dun, 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 dun. I can make a fortune replacing Juicy Couture, yeah. See, the thing is like velvet yarns already exist here in Australia as well. That's the only other issue. Whereas when I started doing my plush yarn, or like started designing it, there was hardly any options in Australia. So that's kind of where my thought was going when I first started making the yarn. And then I really want to focus in on the amigurumi world because that's like what I make specifically. If Kelsey was making more ami things, then maybe. But yeah, I think I want to focus on more yarns that people would want to use to make fun plushies. Yeah. Love the colors, yeah. Okay, I'm quite happy with that little tail. I think it covers up the color change pretty nicely. Like, I mean, it's still kind of apparent, but it's a color change. It's gonna be there. So I'm happy with that. Cute. I feel like there should be something on the chest here. Like, I feel like I should be doing like a daisy flower. Like, I've got other patterns where I use like a heart. But I feel like a daisy would look really cute. I just don't know how I could get it like perfect on there. I'm wondering if I could just like teach people how to embroider one on there. Am I coming to sparkle variants? That's another thing. So people have been asking for variegated, they've been asking for chunky, and they've been asking for sparkle. All of which we haven't made any of. We'd love to have like a huge range of things, but it costs so much money to develop new yarns. A little daisy hat, that'd be cute. Yeah, I'm thinking about more of like a patch style thing. Like, I think I want to do like a little patch and put it on there. I think that would be cute. I'm going to keep thinking about that, but right now what I can do is actually crochet the next elephant. I can put it at that. There you go. That's so cute. I like this. What is music? I want to like fun lo-fi. What's it called? Something royalty free lo-fi. Yeah, I think I would love to do a flower because I've got the heart, or maybe a little rainbow. Other options here in Oz are so expensive too. You're so much nicer and more affordable. Thank you. I've been trying to do my best to make it like a good yarn, a really good chenille yarn. That's also like worth the price, you know. Like, people don't feel like they're forking out to get it. Because I want people to use our yarn. I want people to like buy the yarn and then feel like, oh, I don't want to touch the expensive yarn, you know? Could make one, yeah. A daisy hat would be so cute. I mean, it could just also hold a daisy. Right now in its standard form, I think it's very cute. But we can start crocheting the elephant. And we get to do the fun part. I need to attach eyes. And I'm almost, like, I've broken this. So, it's gonna be me jumping on the thing. Do you have yarn in stock? I do! We have just only sold out of 2 colors, potentially more now as the days go on, but we've sold out of basic and flirt, but we have every other color in stock as far as I'm aware. I haven't checked this morning. Okay. What colors would go good with green? So I'm doing another elephant in like a green sweater and like like a grey yarn. So we've done blue and purple. Maybe pink? Or maybe it'll just be green as well. Because we've got like a light green in here. Yummy. Yeah, I don't have hand-painted eyes. You're live and you caught it? Hello. Yeah, I haven't done a live in so long. And I was just thinking this morning, I was like, I should go live and say hi to everyone. Purple or yellow? Wait. Do I have a yellow? I have a purple. I'm running out of colors to use. They never give you enough of these packs. The purple that I have is like way too dark. Like against the grey. But I think it would look good with the green. I think if it was on the green, that would look good. But not like that. Try the pink. Oh, thank you, Penny. I appreciate it. Do you have a favorite of the buddy patterns? I'm happy that I'm making like another buddy style one. Like back to my old body style. The pink on the grey eye also doesn't work well. Okay, I'm doing green. I was like, this is getting out of hand. Ooh, the sun is coming in. Yay. Well, as you can see, I knocked my painting early and it's a little bit wonky. I'm trying to make a gallery down my hallway. Okay. Now this is the hardest part because I need to find out where like the up is. And I know like the trunk can like move around ever so slightly, but I need to find like the middle. Luckily I've got this hair so I can kind of see. But you know, it's a difficult time. Who is this man? Go away. Oh, cute! I really like the robot and the alien. Actually, I love them all. I love them all as I'm making them. And afterwards, of course. But I go through a real vibe with each one as I'm making it. So like right now, I'm really on the elephant buzz. Very excited to get this one out to the world. That's looking cute. Okay. I think on the last live that I was doing, this is where I was trying to jam in safety eyes. I just get them on like AliExpress or Amazon or something. I can't remember what it was. I just searched up like 32 or whatever size this is. Wow, it's not even gonna tell me. That's crazy. I think it was 32 or 35 millimeter. Or 30, I can't remember. But yeah, that's what I just like searched up online. And then I found a box and they sent it to me and I was like, cool, gonna go to bed now. Gonna say enjoy this live. Thank you, I appreciate it. Come with the elephant pattern. I can't wait to get it out there too. Oh, that's way off. I should have paid more attention. I think this one's in the right spot. This one just needs to like climb around. Oh God, okay. So that's there. That's the middle. Needs to be about there. I don't know why my music's turned off, but that's okay. This is always so hard. Because you don't know what it's going to look like until they're like pushed in because they're sinker eyes. Hey Brett, how are you? I'm currently trying to figure out my elephant pattern. And like whether this is going to work or not. I kind of have to like push them in myself and then be like, okay, it's missing by one or something. I think it needs to go up one on this side. Yeah, my music has stopped. That's crazy. Okay, I think now we're cooking. The annoying thing with these eyes is that you just don't know until they're like pushed in whether they're gonna be in the right spot or not. And I think I've got it. Just filming for YouTube and had you live on my TV but couldn't comment until now. Oh, well, hello. How are you finding YouTube? How are you finding your life as a YouTuber? Are you enjoying it? I find the YouTube community to be a really nice one. Although I also get the most outrageous comments on here, but it is also the nicest one. Like that person telling me to check my nose. They thought I had a bump on my nose and they sent me an email being like, you need to check that out for a cancer diagnosis. They didn't even say hello in their email, and I was like, hello? I was like, what the heck? It's like, say hi to me first. It was crazy. I also normally try to screenshot every time someone sends me like a crazy commentary because it makes me laugh. Because sometimes it's just like the most out-of-pocket comments. And normally they're coming from a place of love, but that one I was like, huh? Everyone has been nice, but definitely has its challenges. Hey, very new, you know. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. People always wild to you. I know. I'm always like, what are you on about? But these experiences, they shape who I am today. Okay, I don't know if I can move this elephant around any further to like try find the perfect spot. So I think I'm just gonna commit. I think. I don't know, I'm a little nervous. But I think that looks okay. But we can't just dilly-dally. I love my response. It's because I screenshot them and put them up over on Threads. And I'm normally like really happy just to comment back to someone on YouTube if they ever say anything outrageous. Or even like pin their comments. Hi, I'm crocheting a sunflower pillow and I don't like the pattern. Oh no! Do you not like the sunflower pattern or you don't like my pattern that I'm working on right now? Because that would be a crazy comment to jump in on. Okay. Good on one. Okay, I think this is the right spot. We're committing. Please work. And if it's the not right spot, I'm just gonna cry. You don't like the sunflower? Okay, good. What's wrong with the pattern? What's made it so difficult or hard? Okay, I'm gonna try. See, look, did I show you this? It's just fully snapped. That's what I get for trusting Amazon or trusting things online. Oh God. That didn't work. They didn't scratch the eye. We are Gucci. We're Gucci. I just need to like get in. I need one of those things that other people have been using, and it's just like a little bit of wood with the circle holes in it. See, I'm relatively new to these eyes. And I still struggle. Get in! Yeah, jumping up on this one. Oh my God, it's in on one side. And this whole thing is like about to fully snap. Don't do it yet. Work with me. Don't break. Mine's never work. Last time I was using what was it? I used like the lid of a Sharpie to get them in. Look at the C-clamp and use like a glue gun. See, I wish I had something like that. I do not. I have myself and my brute string. And this is only one of the eyes. Get on, you stupid eye. Okay, we're going on a little exploration to see if there's something else in my room that I could use. In the yarn room. Do I have like another pen lid? Because that worked so well last time. Well, I found these are my needles that I was supposed to use for jabbing into things. But I don't. You turn it. Oh, okay. I haven't seen this one just yet. I would like to use a tool if I had one available. Ugh, and now I've covered my desk in Pride plushies because I was making a funny video being like, now that Pride's over, I can put these all away. And then I couldn't figure out the joke, so I just paused it, but I've got all the footage done. But now I've covered my desk in Pride plushies. Out of my way. Da, 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 da. Look at this bag. This is fun. This is I mean I was supposed to say it's gifted, but I bought it from my friend Aiden Wells Crochet. I saw it when she was selling it at her market, and I was like, I want the little deer. And she said, you can have it if it doesn't sell. And I said, I will pay for it. And then I did. So now my little crochet bag that I can carry with me as I go to like Pokemon nights. Wow, that was a failed expedition. We're just gonna go back to what I was doing before. And hopefully we can work it out. It is really cute. Let's just go back to brute force. What'll be, you'll be, you know? Okay. What if I just do this? Get in there. It's just like, I need to like break this off. The color changes. Oh yeah, Aiden is like phenomenal at tapestry crochet. If you don't follow Aiden Wells Crochet, y'all. I mean, she's not really like, she's not really, she's not trying hard to be like a hardcore crochet business, but you should definitely check out her work when she is posting about her work. Yay, that one's on. The next eye. Yeah, once I get these eyes on, I'm not going to be putting on any more eyes and things until I get a new thing. Oh my god. Work with me. It's because this is all like in a weird like positioning now. Maybe I need like a not screwdriver, what is it called? Oh my god, that didn't stay on. This is what the reality is of running your own crochet business. This is just stressing out trying to get eyes onto the backs of things. Work with me. Yeah, this was a cheap tool on Amazon as well. I was just a bit too strong with it. Can I melt this? Is that a thing? Do people melt them and then they like squish it on? I have a lighter right here. Or am I supposed to do that before I'm putting the back on? People soak them in water. Well, I've already got it on one loop, so I can't go any further. This is the second live that I've done this. Oh, I heard a click. We're in. Oh, thank God. Okay. In the bin. absolutely in the bin. I think I would be fine with just one of those little bit of wood things on that I can just like lean on. That's all I need. I don't mind. I don't mind the stress of it all. I know some people find that a bit hard to use, but I just need a bit of wood with some holes in it. Thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. Did I bump that again? Have I just made these all completely unwonky? Unwonky? Unstraight? It's because I was moving stuff around the house. This is what happens when I live on my own. I'm like, I need everything to be perfect. Anyway, as we were, look at me destroying the plastic protection thing. I'm glad it was there. Let's stuff the head. And see, look, now that I've like put like random clippings into my stuffing bag, I can just mix them in with the other polyester yarn, so it's all polyester yarn, polyester fluff, so it's all just polyester. And just tuck it all back into another doll. And with the other loose ends that are sitting in there. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm very happy with how the yarns have all turned out. I'm excited for our American audiences, well, our US audiences, sorry, being able to have access to the yarns too. Just remembered something that I need to make a note of. Da 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 da. Before I forget. Oh, wrong one. Ah! Are we able to get in the States? Yeah, so we opened up shipping to the United States now for this last restock. For the time being, at least. Because we're still part of like the 90-day period. The only thing is that you just have to be aware of like the tariffs. Because those are imposed on the residents in the US rather than people here in Australia or like the sender. What happens is like all the boxes and things, all parcels get sent to the customs, get sent to customs, and then they will flag it as whether it needs tariffs paid, and then you'll receive a letter or an email or something. What size hook do you use with your yarn? I use a 5.5, but I know a lot of other people who'd use a 5mm. It recommends a 5mm. That's what I put on the label, just because I already have a very tight tension that I go up a hook size rather than going down any further. Hello over in Florida. Pay you big some money for some good acrylic yarn. See, I don't have an acrylic yarn, or like I don't ever use acrylic yarn, so I just haven't leaned into it just yet. I would love to expand into like a whole variety of yarns. We just haven't got to that stage. Not just yet. Okay, let's do this. What stitch am I up to? Wait, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm at 24 stitches. What is the stitch count around to decrease to? It is 6 divided by 4, so it's 2 decrease. There we go. Hello over in Idaho. Welcome along. I'm sitting here in not so sunny Melbourne, Australia, on the south side of Australia. Crocheting a little elephant. If people didn't see it earlier, this is what we're making. This is my next Patreon pattern. So very, very excited to get this one all written up. I also have another little pattern out here, which I need to get written up, and then I also need to finish designing a mouse. But I thought today I would just come on and start working on the elephant because I haven't done a live in a while and I wanted to come on here and just be engaged with everyone. It's been a pretty busy past few weeks, so it's nice to just sit down and do some work and chat, you know. Because like today is the first day that I haven't gone back into the warehouse since doing the restock, so. Have I been doing any markets? I haven't had any time to do any markets. I've been working on just many different projects and things. I would love to do a market either end of this year or start of next year, when my time frees up a little bit more. But yeah, unfortunately not at the moment. I would love to. And I'd love to like do a market, but also have my yarn there as well for people who are keen to get into crochet and even try it out themselves. Love your videos, very talented. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love those comments. I've been working hard on building myself up as a creator, so it's nice to hear that people enjoy my content. I'm just so looking forward to towards the end of this year. There's just been like a huge project in the background that I've been working on, so it's kind of taken away all my attention. And I'm excited to get to the other end of that so I can get back into doing more vlogs and just hanging out with everyone and having a good time. I always get so envious of people like watching like hooks and healers, or actually just everyone having so much more free time. Kelsey, she does like 3 vlogs a week. I'm like, oh my god, I wish. I really want to do more videos as well. Am I gonna try any more Pokemon buddies? Yes, absolutely. I would love to do maybe Eevee or Flareon next. I have been thinking about doing like maybe itty bitty versions as well. Like I would love to do Chikorita. Like, or I'd love to like release 3 little itty bitty Pokemon patterns being like the starters for the new game coming out. That's just something that I'm thinking about in the background. Maybe I'll get my Patreon to vote on that. Actually don't know this. How long have you been on social media sharing my crochet work? Remember loving your content back on my personal page. I started sharing crochet content back in 2020. So my Instagram started as like a result of pandemic boredom. I started crocheting back in 2018. So I'm coming up to what, 7 years? 7 years of crochet, but it was like 2020 was when I really started leaning into it. My housemate at the time, she had a vegan eats page, and she also had a photography page, and I'd always grown up like with an interest in social media, not to the extent of like wanting to be an influencer necessarily, but I knew I used to love like Bebo, and I don't know if you guys had Bebo, but like Bebo, Facebook, everything like that. I thought it was all just so interesting. And so when we were bored in the lockdowns, my partner at the time, he made a food account as well. And I was like, I want to make a hobby account. And I was like getting back into my crochet then. And I was like, oh, I'm going to start sharing my crochet. Just the little things that I started making. Because I was committed in the lockdown to actually make a plushie. And that's when I made my little prickle, my little cactus, Mrs. Prickles. And so that's where that started at then, and that was like in May or April of 2020, because I remember it was just before Amigura May, so it was in April, because I started sharing this stuff and then people gearing up for Amigura May, which I feel like was like a lot more bigger years ago, and I was like, oh, do I do this? I've only actually made like 3 or 4 plushies, and I was talking to Crochet, or Lizette, sorry, from Crochet Designs. And she was like, yeah, absolutely, just get in there, just do it, give it a good shot. And Happy Crochet Lady, very way back then, she also sent me a free pattern because she thought I was funny, which I will not forget. And so then I started doing amigurumi and just started posting things, and it like catapulted me into getting more and more interested because I was just challenging myself to do those posts. And from experimenting on that, I figured out that I really enjoyed social media, and it just kept growing. And then that's when I saw people trying out TikTok, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a TikTok. And then my TikTok kind of got good traction, made some good friends, and then it just kept going and going and going. And now here we are. It's now my full-time job. I now have my own yarn line. I've made many, many friends like yourself, Britt. Many, many connections like everyone here. It's got me to go traveling around the world. I say around the world, aka to Michigan. It's just been a very, very cool experience. And I'm very grateful for my following my nose kind of attitude about it all. Because it was back in the workplace. So just to answer your question about who taught me, it was a friend at work. They were like a Stitch and Bitch club. And I was walking back from the bathroom and I was like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, we're crocheting and knitting. And I was like, what's crochet? And so then they taught me right there and then, instead of me working, which is very, very normal of me to do something like that, get distracted. Yeah. And then it was on those days where literally I took my yarn back to my desk and the guy there, Danny, he was like, isn't that just for women? And I was like, huh? And so out of spite, I started getting kind of good at it. And then it was the person who taught me who kind of, well, they're in the same team as me, and we used to catch up after our team meetings on Zoom, and we would do a little show and tell of what we've been working on during our lockdowns. So that was that. And then another person at work told me I couldn't make money out of this, and that also drove me to really hone in on it. You're hilarious. Thank you. My sisters and I always love your content because it was hilarious and they don't crochet. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I miss doing a lot more like comedy stuff. I still like sprinkle it in here and there. And I would love to get back to a regular routine of doing all my crochet comedy goodness. Spite is a great motivator. Spite has got me to where I am today. I really just like need to show people that I can do it. Hey, just want to say hi, about to go to bed. That's all good. Have a lovely sleep, Lucas. Appreciate you joining in, even though we're just making the little head of the elephant. I have caught on very quickly, yeah. I think there's just something about it. I think I'm just, like, because I'm quite tense with my stitches always ended up being, like, really clean on my plushies, like, from the very start. Like, I had to learn to not be as tense and get used to actually, like, I had to go back the other way. A lot of people start with, like, having too loose of stitches. I had too tight of stitches that I was cramping my hands trying to get through. Like, sometimes I had to put the hook, like, down, and I would have the crochet piece, and the stitch would be too tight, and I would be, like, pushing my piece down onto the hook just to get it through the stitches. It was bad. Some of my favorite songs are about proving haters and doubters wrong. Exactly. If someone doubts me, then that's on them. I actually got, I applied to be on one of my favorite TV shows recently, and I got up to a very, very late stage in the casting process, aka I was almost cast. And I just got the rejection email last week, and I was like, what the hell? So now I'm going back next year with a vengeance. And they can't stop me. I'm going to get on that show. I've been a great teacher, taught me how to knit, and now been doing it for a little over a year. Wait, what? Taught me how to knit now for about a little over a year. I've been crocheting. Got it. Sorry, my brain did not read that right. Yeah, I learned how to knit as well, actually, a couple of years ago. I've finished like a couple of things, and I've been having like I've been having like a real craving to get back into knitting sometime very, very soon. I really want to make a sweater. It was very cool that I got very close. Like, They said that they had about 2 or 3 spots that they needed to fill, and I was like one of the last interviews they're having. But for the show, they said I was a little bit too passive feeling in my character, and they needed someone a bit more. What's the word? Less passive, I don't know. And I was like, passive? So, I don't know how I came across as passive, but maybe I did. I think it's because I went into the interview feeling like a job interview, you know? And I was like, oh, I probably came across as, a little bit more assertive. And so I probably came across like a little bit more reserved than I wanted to be. I'm gonna put my elephant in the background here, so I can see it. Yeah, I really want to get into knitting, but I haven't figured out yet. Have figured it out yet. Last time I tried, just got all tangled. It just takes a little bit of practice. My knitting teacher was made in the moment. I forced them to teach me when we were on our first little retreat together. I was like, show me how. But yeah, I'm going to be a little bit more assertive next year's audition process and tell them that they were wrong and it was a miscast for not having me. I'm going to get on TV one day. That's one of my next goals. Maybe I'll get on the Great British Knitting show, the one that Tom Daly's hosting. If there's a season 2, maybe I'll just apply. I don't have the visa for it, but I'll go on there. I'm on your TV all the time. My knitting was never good, but made me so happy. Knitting is the most therapeutic. Like, I love crochet, but knitting, I don't know what it is. The little when you're like working, that noise gives me so much peace. I love Made in Moments content as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're gonna be bringing next, you know? I'm just gonna grab some more yarn. One moment, Paula. I have it somewhere around here, I hope. No, I don't. It's a remote. I need to grab yarn to make arms. Easy. Just making the arms for this cute little green elephant. Oh, this is gonna look so adorable. But this elephant I'm not going to be sewing together just because I need to take pictures of all the limbs and things for the pattern. Hey, can't go to sleep without asking you this question, lol. It's been bugging me. Do you like Sabrina Carpenter? She's one of my favorite artists right now. I don't listen to her music. I'm sorry. I'm a bit weird when it comes to music. Like, my favorite artist right now is Baby No Money. And like all my friends like love Sabrina Carpenter. Whenever we're playing Fortnite, they're all like playing in the Sabrina Carpenter skins. It's not that I don't like her music, it's just that I don't actively listen to it. My boyfriend listens to her. Not a lot of people do my age, lol. Yeah, I was like, there's no like artists that I really don't like their music. But I don't know. I think it's because a lot of my friends, they'll have their gay divas and whatnot. And I was kind of like, I like Chapel Roan. But like, I've never been like the biggest fan of like Beyonce or Lady Gaga. I know this is gonna get me cancelled. This is my cancellation moment. But like, yeah, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, I'm like, I'm Taylor Swift. Like, this probably feels a bit crazy, but whatever. I don't know what to tell you. Just found my channel. Hi, Vima. Hi, Landon. Welcome along. Taylor Swift. You want some titty swims? Wait, who am I thinking of? Oh no, I'm thinking Barry Can't Swim. Lol. Thank you, Vima. I know, I don't listen. Taylor Swift, I definitely don't listen to. That one, I'm so sorry. Like, Beyonce and Gaga, I can get behind on some songs. But T Swift, I don't know. Her music's not been for me. I know I should never get cancelled for your music taste. I just don't listen to them. Sue me. I know. It's just because like I feel like in the gay culture, a lot of the gays are like, what? You don't like Ariana Grande? And I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. What am I crocheting? I'm making an elephant. Ta-da! But I'm making one that's gray with a green sweater. And then we're trying to figure out if I put something on the front of the sweater here, but right now, it's cute. It's a cute little elephant. Let me smush it down a little bit. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm really happy with how the elephant looks. So I'm just making its arms now for the next one. And then I have to finish making its ears, but the ears are a little bit more tricky, so I want to get lots of photos. Yeah, music is supposed to speak to you, never mind who sings. Yeah. Well, that's why I listen to Baby No Money. Baby No Money. Do I have a video tutorial for the elephant? I'm currently designing it right now. I'm not doing a video tutorial, but I am designing the elephant right now. So that was literally the first elephant. I haven't made the others. I've just got some notes written down of what I'm doing here. So it will come out soon. It'll be released out to my Patreon and then out to the world as well. So that's okay. I really would love to do more tutorials. I just know, like, actually I should do them more. Because I know at this time, it's a bit hard to get all the vlogging content and stuff done. But other tutorials I would love to get on YouTube. I'm not going to do a tutorial for the elephant. Like, I don't think. Not anytime soon, at least. If I was going to do any tutorials, they'd probably be for, like, my itty-bitty patterns. Just because they're, like, all the no-so 30-minute makes. Baby No Money. It's BB Nos. Like, $BBNO. You'll know his music as soon as it starts playing. You'll be like, this guy? It's Baby No Money. Yeah, that guy. My music at? I feel like sometimes my internet just cuts out. Tutorial attachment on your pattern to attach the legs. I love that little trick. The seamless join that I do between legs. That has been the best thing to add to all my patterns. Have you found out who it is, Britt? I've been crochet. I still don't know who he is by name. Maybe like Edamame, or like Edamame is one of his more known songs. But it would have been all over TikTok, and the one that goes da 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 da. When I walk, talk, baby, you gave me just a little bit of knock, talk, and then I'm not gonna. La la la. No? Okay. I've been crocheting for about 7 years, I would say. So I've been doing this for a long while. Yeah, that song, that guy. I listen to him all the time. Like, he is my running playlist, and then whenever I am walking anywhere, that's on in the background. When I'm working in the warehouse, I put him on. It's just like an energy booster. I also listen to a little bit of Lorde. I enjoy her latest album so far. I haven't fully gone through it all in like one sitting, but from what I remember, it was pretty good. What was my first project? I first made a granny square back in 2018. And then since then, I have made, like, my first amigurumi plushie was a little cactus because I knew it could be ugly. So I wanted to make something that I could use, and it's my pin cushion. Puth? I do Charlie Puth radio on Pandora. I don't really know Charlie Puth's music either. I just know how much of a meme he was in, what was it called? That show. Overcompensating. They're like, I got the Charlie concert. Puth? Surely one person in this audience knows what I'm on about. Because that show was funny. Do I sell online? I only sell patterns online. If you are wanting to, like, what kind of tips are you looking for? I'm full of them. I'm full of tips and tricks. Thank you, Penny. I'm glad you knew what I was on about. I thought the funniest moment of the entire show, and I don't know, it was such a small moment, but I cackled. And like no one else has found this funny, so it's probably not going to work right now. But was when they were visiting home from university for the first time, and they go into the parents' house, and they're like, "Hey guys, we're back," and then they walk into the lounge, and there's just like an overly large TV, and I thought that was like the most stupid, relatable thing for so many people. It just really tickled me. I was like, that is so dumb. Hello, JC. Do I use Etsy and other websites that I recommend? So I would recommend, if you're just starting off, probably use Etsy. I think Ribbler also do finished makes now. But Etsy is probably your number one if you're just wanting to kind of test the waters and see how you're going. But you could also open up on Ribbler if you're doing patterns. What is it? Ravelry if you're doing patterns. There's a few places you could sell patterns for as well. But if you're mainly doing plushies, then probably Etsy. And then once you've kind of grown enough, I'd probably jump off onto your own website. So Etsy's really good for just being like a space to rent, if that makes sense. Just because it has so many high fees for selling plushies and things. But once you have your own website, it's so much more cost effective. But if you make your own website, you kind of need to be established enough to push people in that direction. Yeah. You have only crocheted amigurumi. I have crocheted other things, but amigurumi is my main thing. So I am an amigurumi plushie designer, and I sell my own plush yarn. That is me, myself. That is what I do. Thank you for whoever just ordered. There's 2 orders just came through on the Zeddy Crafts yarns. Yay! I'm going to be in the warehouse tomorrow morning packing those. But yeah, no, I'm an amigurumi person through and through. I've tried making other clothes and things. I have a sweater that I'm almost finished just sitting over there. I'm on the last sleeve. And once it's done, it's going to look so cute. And I can't wait to wear it. But I've just got more important things to be doing, like creating elephants and mice. Which is my favorite yarn? My favorite yarn is a really good chenille yarn from Zeddy Crafts. That's at www.zeddycrafts.com. ZADDY crafts.com. It's based in Australia, but it's a really good chenille yarn for making crochet plushies. It has 28 colors, 13 of which are newly released as of last Wednesday. So it's almost been a week since we've had the new colors out. It doesn't shed. It's really good for creating plushies with. Hey Trish. How's it going over in Adelaide? It's really nice here over in Melbourne. We just chilling. Just chilling, making a little Thank you for sharing the information. You're so welcome. You may notice that yarn is also my own yarn line. It's freezing. It's been freezing here in Melbourne as well. Today's actually been a relatively warm day, and I'm so happy. I am yet to buy a dryer for my house. So I'm trying to like defrost all my clothes. The Zeddy yarn is so good. I agree. I need to advertise it more. I'm just like glad that there's actually stock in the warehouse so I can actually advertise it. Because it felt like the past few months that we were just like constantly very low or out of most of the colors. And so anytime that I would like try to talk about the yarn or advertise it out there, people would be like, but it's out of stock. And I'm like, I know. Why am I trying to promote this? But now we have 26 out of 28 colors in stock that I'm aware of. Until I check the website soon. Yeah, we've had a few orders come through overnight, so we may have run out of stock on some colors. Actually, let's just look right now. Wee! Yeah, it's my own yarn brand. Sorry, I thought you knew that. Okay. Got a few orders in. Let's just see if there's any colors that have sold out. Oh my god, we've got one ball of Curious left. One ball of Curious and then 9 of Intuitive. So we should sell out of Curious very, very soon. Maybe I'll just buy it myself. That color's really cute. You'll be ordering from me and Mel. I love Mel. Oh, it was so funny because when I started designing this yarn, Mel was also designing her yarn, and we were like, hey. But like, we're trying to be like competitors, but we're also like friends from beforehand. What time is it where I am live? It is almost 1 p.m. First time on your channel. That is all good. I'm happy that you're here. I forget that I've been doing this for so long that sometimes I forget that people haven't found me yet. I know that sounds weird, but I just got used to it. Not on any platform to get patterns. Is there any other way to get your patterns? I sell my patterns on my website. That's the best way. So if you go to www.crochetmezeddy, or one word.com, that's where you can find all my patterns. Otherwise, you can find them on Etsy if you really want to have them all in one place. But Etsy costs me. Really how well your yarn and hook colors match. Oh, the greens. And also this fun little, it's like a little rainbow scissors. I found it at Lincraft years ago. And I was like, ah, pretty, you're coming home with me. Same, love watching both. Yeah, me and Mel, I would love to collab with Mel at some point. The yarn is on www.zeddycrafts.com, but my patterns are on crochetmezeddy.com. Just because eventually, like, Zeddy Crafts will become more than just me. It already is kind of reaching that point where I probably need to hire someone at some point, which is crazy. But once it's got someone else in there, I don't want it to be just, I need to like divide the two. So it's my little empire, but it will need to split apart at some point. Do you have any tips for Amigurumi? I think I have a video on like plush yarn tips, not necessarily Amigurumi. If it's your first time trying Ami, you need to like take down your hook size quite a bit so the gaps aren't showing. What is weird ad in the background? Go away. You need to drop your hook size down a bit. I would just trust the process. just be aware that your first make might not look like how you want it to, but it's your first make and you will treasure it. What else is there? Everyone's really friendly in the community. They're normally willing to help out. Yarn under is a good tip. Yeah, I'd use yarn over, but that's because I'm very tense. So I hadn't had to like do yarn under, but yarn under is really good. You wanted to give up after I did give up after my first try. It took me so long to get the magic circle right. But once I got it right, I was like, we're in it to win it, baby. Okay, I finished one arm. I finished up this head. I also finished up, oh my God. I also finished up this whole elephant, but I do need to run away because the battery on my phone is dying and I need to go have some lunch. And then I'm probably gonna chill out this afternoon and continue work on this elephant, as well as some other things behind the scenes. So I'm gonna run away. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. This has been fun. It's been nice to come back and do a live. I would like to come back and catch up on my temperature snake on a few lives. But I just needed to work on the elephant today, so that's why we're here. And I wasn't doing a vlog for this elephant, so I was like, let's jump on and do that. The yarn weight is a size 6 bulky weight yarn. The hook is a 5.5, but the yarn recommends a 5mm. Okay, that's it. The eyes, I think they're a size 30, otherwise 25mm. I can't quite remember, and the box isn't telling me. Oh, 30mm. They're 30mm. Keep your mind as a tester. Apply to the tester quals. I normally try to get a diverse range of people. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Bye. Bye.